of those joining. All right, we are recording. Hello, everyone. Happy September. Probably the most amazing month to be part of doTERRA. So we're going to cover the emotional, energetic aspects, and of course, the physical aspects of our September month specials. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jada Hansen. I'm a diamond with doTERRA. I started my business in the US, in New York, and California, Miami, Dallas. I traveled and built a business all over. And then I started traveling back to Europe because my mom and my dad still live here. And last year, my dad passed away. So I integrated this global business into being nomadic and then settled for a while here in Barcelona. So I am actually streaming to you live in Barcelona, not at convention, which makes me sad. But sometimes spirit is just too loud and I had to listen. So instead, I'm heading up to Copenhagen to go see my mom, and we will stream convention virtually. American Airlines literally moved my flights 3 times, and in the end, they couldn't confirm 2 out of 3 flights. So can't force it sometimes. So here we are. Those of you that are new to our page, new to our team, I love diving in on the emotional, energetic aspects of the oils. And of course, there's lots of physical benefits, and I also touch on those. But my strength is really, how do we use these oils energetically? I'm also a combo practitioner. So when I work with plant medicine, the frog medicine, I love to use these. These are the fastest tools. I see them with anywhere from kids to adults, and they work incredibly. So let's dive in, right? In September, we've got the free product of the month, which means that with your LRP order, which is your loyalty rewards program, anywhere between the 1st and the 15th, including the 15th of September, if your order is 125 PV or more, you get the 10 ml Tamer for free. In addition to that, we have 10% off Tulsi. And if you do not have this oil in your kit, please get it. Please take advantage of the 10%. You really, really do not want to miss having this oil in your kit. It is incredible. The energetics, let's start with the Tamer. So this is the oil of integration. It is formulated for kids' digestive issues. So it's a kids' digestive blend. A lot of adults use it, including myself. I actually often like to use this one instead of the Digestin or Zengest in Europe, just because it has a little bit of a different composition and it is a little bit milder. However, I find that it really, really soothes. And so what are we looking at when we're talking the digestive issue? Most people think, oh, it's just physical, but actually it's not. It's your 3rd chakra, 2nd chakra, that's heavily affected when you have digestive upset. When there is a mishap in the gut-brain connection, that means we have something going on here. It's not being communicated to the gut. It can be firing the wrong signals. Either it can be firing up, I'm hungry, even though you're full, and you keep eating, can be a sign that you're suppressing an emotional issue. Can also be the other way around, firing constant nausea, firing constant upset. If you're not able to we have something called the vagus nerve here. This works from sending a signal down to the brain to the gut, and the gut up to the brain. Sometimes when we are in fight or flight, if there has been a lot of stress in our life, if there has been past trauma, one suffers from PTSD, those connections get disturbed, and you are going to be visited by Trufa. This is our little new rescue puppy. She loves to be in the videos. Hi, mommy is filming. So yes, we're not doing the oils right now with you. She loves the oils, by the way. So when we are having a trauma response or a fight or flight response, we are firing maybe only from the gut up to the brain. And it's like, run, right? That sets all of the rest of our body on pause. That means if you just had a meal and you're stressed from receiving a text or getting a phone call or something like this, and it's sending these signals up to the brain is no longer digesting your food. It's not sending the signal back down to release the enzymes to digest your food. Now your food is sitting in the gut and it's becoming an issue. It starts to, over a long period of time, it can create leaky gut. It can create symptoms of allergies. It might not even be allergies, but it can create the symptoms of that because we're constantly firing, we're overproducing adrenaline. So we need to restore this balance. And one of the ways to do that is with an essential oil. So how does that affect us emotionally? A lot of the times our emotions live in the gut. I mentioned the third chakra, our solar plexus. This is our sense of self. This is where the ego lives. And the ego is not necessarily a bad thing. We need the ego to be in action, right? We don't want to make choices from there, but we need it in order to be in action. So if this is blocked, if this emotionally is shut down, we cannot feel ourselves. So by using the Tamer over your solar plexus, you're opening and bringing balance into your third chakra. You can use it over your second chakra. If there's tummy upset, clockwise around the navel, incredible support to bringing these two centers into balance so that you can be in unison and you can feel centered and aligned and actually start to feel yourself again. In addition to that, I want to just see that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, with the underlying messengers, if they're firing wrong, we can just have this emotional unease and we don't know why. And it is because there is a constant overfiring of signals. So we want to bring balance. We want to keep it cool, getting into our center, of course. Also, this really, really supports us in gaining clarity. It's a motivator to taking action. So if we feel that we've been stuck for a while and we're like, what is it? Why are we stuck? Why are we not moving forward? Using this over your solar plexus can really motivate you to get the clarity. It'll come to the surface and then move into action. Incredible for this. The ingredients are spearmint, Japanese peppermint, ginger, parsley seed, and black pepper. So quite fresh and cooling. So you'll feel a slight tingling effect when you do apply it to your tummy. As I mentioned earlier, it was originally formulated for kids. One of my resource books is this one. I love the Advanced Oil Magic book. And here we also have a couple of other suggestions, right? For any nausea in the car sickness, if you're going boating and you're feeling nauseous, you can put it over the belly, you can put it over the chest. Any little tummy bugs, if you've eaten something, if the little ones wanted some of the adult food, it was too spicy, too oily, too greasy, put it on their belly. Also, if they love being on wild rides, roller coasters, these kind of things, and they've been up and down a lot and it's creating nausea, it's really good at settling that. You want to put it over here or directly on the belly. It's super great if there's any sign of like a burning sensation after eating. It's great to regulate and bring the appetite back if there's been a loss of that. Also, a little sidekick or a little side note is if there's sunburn, it has cooling oils in there. So after you're out of the sun and you're back home, if it's really warm on the body, you can apply a little bit. It's already mixed with fractionated coconut oil, so it's completely safe to put on the body and massage into where the sunburn is. One of the things that we really, really love with it, is the cooling oils. So think of anything in your body that needs like too much heat. When you're looking at Ayurveda, if you need to cool down, that is your go-to, especially because of the Japanese peppermint, which we don't have access to buy. It was a special at one point, but it's one of the unique ways you can get it is through the Tamer. So let's move on to Tulsi, because Tulsi is probably one of the most revered, sacred spiritual oils. In India, it's considered one of the oils you just cannot live without. No one would ever consider being without the holy basil Tulsi spiritual integration oil. This is one, if you're working in any kind of awakening, spiritual awakening work, any embodiment work, any avenues where you need to integrate. So let's say you're working with a coach and there's big movement sometimes when we swing out on the pendulum and we get lots of breakthroughs, the pendulum can swing back and we tend to hide, and we really need to find an equilibrium here where we are in balance. Also, if you've been hiding from your true purpose, this is an oil to bring you out and actually recognize what your soul's purpose is. What were you brought here to do? Beyond what you think, right? There is often a deep, deep voice, and people can have resistance to that voice because it means that we sometimes need to give up what we thought we were supposed to do. But there's that whisper, there's that thing when you close your eyes and you feel the dream and it's burning. That is your soul's purpose. This oil will support you in integrating. Also, post a lot of plant medicine, we get very large expansion, right? Any kind of ceremony you do, whether it's cacao, psilocybin, mescaline, combo frog, bufo, the toad, ayahuasca, any kind of plant medicine journey, you must take time to integrate. And this one, I support everyone with this oil because it is one that relaxes the nervous system in coming back and really integrating that high vibration that you've just been expanded to and remaining it, keeping it in your cells. Because otherwise, if you go back and you contract, then you've done all this work. And then for what? If you're just going to let it go, right? We don't want to do that. In addition to that, it really brings the conscious and the unconscious mind into balance. It allows us to live from the heart. It is an oil that supports you in balancing prana, which is life force energy. So just diffusing it, simply diffusing it in your home is going to activate that life force energy for the whole family, getting everybody into synergy. It is an oil that will activate the life force. It's a very powerful adaptogen, which means it penetrates on the cell level. This works for any body system. So I'll cover the physical aspects in a moment, but when you're talking physical aspects, an adaptogen that's able to vibrate really high and bring your cells up into any body organ is going to get your whole body revved up. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get anxious or overactive. That's not what I'm talking about. It's literally an awakening. And so it is great if someone has been exposed to prolonged stress, like the stress signals are really dysregulated. This will harmonize, this will balance. It also influences tremendously on the spiritual and energetic plane. It will influence you to be the highest version of yourself. So it also asks you to choose and to do your own work. If you're not ready to do your own work, this oil is not for you. It will have you choose in. It will have you, it's a mirror. It's like right there, here's your growth, choose it. And it allows you to step into it. So if you're on like a bit of a, it's the fall, we're back from the summer, you want to like grab your dreams, you've got 4 months left of the year, you want to see something come to the actualization. I was sharing in my European video, the old way of push, push, push just doesn't work anymore. We need to have our whole nervous system with us. This oil will have you look at it and then really look at, well, what's really your purpose? What is your idea? What needs to go? What is actually what you're supposed to be doing? And then use the Tamer to send the right signals through the gut and the brain. Let's bring the whole body with you. You use this to expand, or you do a personal development workshop, you read a book, you do therapy, you do a plant ceremony, any kind of thing that expands you. You utilize the Tulsi to integrate, and then you utilize the Tamer to support you through that last 4 months of the year to really actualize what it is that you want for yourself and your dreams. In addition to that, just want to see I haven't missed anything. Yeah, it really supports us in letting go of resistance. That is important, and it supports us in the awakening. I think we live in a time right now where we can't afford to be asleep. And so doTERRA is the fastest acting tool I've seen for everybody. not just spiritual people, not just healer people, not just yoga people, anybody in their home can pop it in the purse, can keep it at the office desk, can keep it all around the house, anybody. But everyone on some level is being called to awaken to their highest self. And this is the one. This is one that's going to support you. In addition to that, let's talk about the physical benefits real quick. The main properties are really supporting in stopping any form of spasm. Any form of intestinal spasm, you can roll it on your belly. Any cramps, you roll it over the abdomen. Do it clockwise, that's really soothing. Any muscles, 1 to 2 drops into fractionated coconut oil, just get it in there, massage it. Any types of fatigue. So think about like when muscles spasm, it's a fatigue. So if there's mental fatigue, into the temples, shoulder, if it's hard to keep focused, any kind of constricted breathing, coming with respiratory support over the lungs, over the chest area, even over the rib cage, is very supportive. In addition to that, think about the lungs. That's where we store grief. If you're using this, there may be a level of grief that needs to relieve. And then you actually can be in touch with what was hidden underneath that grief that allows you to pursue your purpose. So it's all interlinked. It's incredibly good for any soothing of anxious feelings. If you're looking at the physicalness of spasm, this feeling, anxiousness, right? Can't breathe. It will relax all of that and remind you to bring force and power and stillness into you, your center, your heart, your realness. So I love this oil, stock up on it, can't say enough about it. That's it for September. I talked a long time today, but I really feel like these oils are powerful and I want you to know about them. So that being said, for those of you that are going to convention, please enjoy, get your hands on the convention kits. You still have until tomorrow to buy the $35 virtual convention kit virtual convention pass, which allows you to buy 2 convention kits online. They will be shipped to your address in US or Canada. Sorry, for those in the other markets, you can't do that. I would recommend that you get the $35 ticket, get your hands on the new kit. It is probably not going to be on LRP, right? But it will support that you will get PV points for it. So it will support for your volume. Also, you will get 41% savings below wholesale on the entire kit. So it is really an incredible opportunity to get that kit. And of course, these. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to subscribe for any future content. Lots of love to you all. I'll stop this recording and check.